Hey guys, Frank here. Just kind of bringing you a general purpose video. Really don't have any gear to test, no new guns or knives or anything to speak of. Probably won't be till first of the year before I get anything. And I'm still running OpenSUSE, even though I did move from Tumbleweed back over to Leap, but it's still OpenSUSE. Seems to be running pretty good, so I'm sticking with it for a while, at least till something new or exciting catches my eye. But yeah, I thought I'd kind of bring you, I don't know, an end of a year video, kind of an end of the year wrap up on just what's been going on and thoughts on things like my old video. I used to do thoughts on things, but one thing is these elections. I know there's been a lot of question about their integrity. I think we have a right to question it because it's hard to see a presidential candidate jump up the number of votes that Biden did just overnight, literally overnight. President Trump was in the lead, he was doing great. And then just overnight, all of a sudden, all these votes, boom, where'd they come from? And there wasn't any votes for Trump in all this group of votes. So what happened there? Plus, they've been auditing some of the Dominion voting systems. One place they found like 68% error rate. I mean, that's uncalled of. You don't, 68%, that's 2/3. And we know these machines were set up so they could be rigged and adjusted, and you could have it so where one candidate got a vote and he'd get zero point 0.5 or 3/4 of a vote for every vote he got. And then the other candidate would get a vote and he'd get 1.25 or 1.5 votes for every vote he got. So they could kind of cheat the system that way. So yeah, we know this software in these machines is not doesn't have a lot of integrity. And there's been case after case, person after person who's come forward and said, yeah, they saw a lot of issues with what was going on. So there's that. Talk about the election and whether President Trump is going to concede or not. That's up to him personally. With all the evidence, I wouldn't. I would not concede. I would force either another vote or something. But I would not take the count as it has been done as being the gospel or being truthful. And that's just my opinion. I mean, fact checkers, do what you want to do. That's just my opinion. I would say, hey, this vote was kind of null and void. Because, like here in Arizona, just the way the vote went, we swung blue for the first time in forever, and I don't see that happening here. I work with a lot of people and see a lot of people on a daily basis where I work that come in there, and we're all pretty much diehard conservatives in this state. Yeah, we got a lot of immigrants from California and from more red state or more blue states, but we're basically red here. We're conservative. We're Republican for the most part. So yeah, the what happened with the elections, something we could talk about. All this stuff ATF has going on, where now they're starting to push against braces, pistol braces. Which, personally, my own view, I don't think the NFA should even be a thing anymore. They pushed it through in 1934, saying it was going to fight organized crime and stop all these gangsters from, using their machine guns and their cut-off rifles and shotguns and silencers. I don't see where all these years later it should even be a thing. I mean, if you want a suppressor for your pistol, for home defense, so you don't deafen yourself if you got to shoot an intruder, I think you got every right just to go down and, even if you got to do a 4473, run a background check, You clear, you take your suppressor home. I don't see why you got to pay $200 tax for what basically would be, a muffler on your car. I run around without a muffler on my truck, I'll get a ticket. Yet, you're supposed to shoot these loud firearms without a muffler and risk your hearing. And yeah, you can wear hearing protection, but for home defense situations, hearing protection is not that great of an idea. You can't hear the intruder. You don't know where he's at. I think you should have the ability to have a suppressor. And as far as short barrel rifle, short barrel shotgun, I don't see why that's an issue. If anything, they're less effective. You're getting less muzzle velocity. Maybe they're a little easier to conceal. Still, an AR pistol is no more easier to conceal. In fact, less easy to conceal than a handgun. And proof has it, if you follow the facts, handguns kill way more people than any kind of rifle. So, yeah, as far as the NFA and what ATF's doing, nah, I don't agree with a lot of this stuff. We need to get our freedom back. We need to get our liberty back and our Second Amendment rights back. As far as other things going on, one big thing is all the panic over the beer flu. And, I call it beer flu, so maybe the algorithm won't ban this video. But we can go check out the data. I have the data pulled up right here. And we can see total cases U.S. right here. And then total number of deaths to date. And I also pulled a little percentage calculator up right here. And we can put in total number of deaths, which is going to be 316,844. We'll put in total number of cases, 17,790,376, and we can just calculate. And you see right here, if you look at that, I mean, it's a large number. But let's back over, if we can, to the beginning of the number. It's 1.78% death rate. So under 2% of the people that contract this die. And truth be told, I would be willing to bet a majority of that under 2% had some underlying conditions. We hear a lot of cases where people have stage 4 pancreatic cancer. They're in hospice. They probably have a month to live, if even that. They contract COVID. Yeah, it's like the final nail in the coffin. They die. Was it a COVID death, or was this it a contributing factor? Were they already pretty much on the way out? And this just kind of sealed the deal. Same thing with the motorbike incident in Florida we heard about. Guy was on his motorcycle, got hit by a van, I think it was, killed him. He tested for positive for COVID. They chalked it up as a COVID death. No, he died from getting hit by a van. He didn't die from COVID. The whole problem is, because of the way the system is structured, if they put it down as a COVID death, they get an extra little stipend of money from the government. So, you stub your toe, it gets infected, you die from the infection. Oh, well, you happen to be positive for COVID. Well, yeah, that's a COVID death. No, not really. So we know the numbers are inflated. We know the actual percentage of people, even with those inflated numbers, is less than 2%. And, it's the 19th strain of this. There have been 18 others. And yet we decide the government, the politicians decide they're going to shut down the economy. They're going to close restaurants. They're going to close bars. They're going to make people wear face masks, even though it's been proven they really don't do that much good, especially the way I see people wearing them. They're more of a chin protector than they are anything, the way people wear them. And yet they decide we're going to ruin our economy over this for less than 2%. I think it's the wrong thing to do. I honestly, in my opinion, think if you're at risk, if you had underlying conditions, or if you feel like you're at risk, stay home, wear a mask. Those of us who are healthy, leave us alone. Let us go about our daily life. My wife's mother is in a assisted living facility. She's 97 years old. She contracted it. Apparently some of the workers there brought it in. And she told my wife, I feel fine. I don't know why they're putting me in quarantine for 2 weeks. I feel fine. I have no symptoms. 97. And, she's healthy. She had no issue with it. She got right through it. No problem at all. Yet none of us can go visit her, even though healthcare workers at work there are bringing it into them. We've not been able to go see her in months, and it's really difficult because we don't know how much time she has left. Lord willing, she has a lot of years left, but it would be nice to be able to go visit her and say hi and see how she's doing. They won't let us go, but the workers can bring stuff in. So that's something else that needs to change, which I don't understand how that can be. But been managing to score a little bit of primers and powder at work, which has been kind of good. I know ammunition is still really short. Even the stuff we're saving back for firearm sales is getting really sparse, getting hard to come by. So not sure what the new year's going to bring. I'll be kind of glad when this year's over. It's been kind of a wasted year, more or less. Even though, working in an essential business, I'm working regular. It still seems like the year has just been kind of a, big, kind of a hazy kind of thing with everything going on. I don't really know what 2021 is going to bring. Hopefully it'll be better, but I'm not going to really hold out hope. We know, if we're in the know, if we're watching a lot of the channels I subscribe to, and check down below, check the ones I subscribe to. If you listen to some of them, they're not holding out a lot of hope for what's going on. So all we can do is pray for the best and prepare for the worst, and whatever comes, know that we're in this together. We're going to get through it one way or another. Our country has been through hard times in the past, and we've weathered the storm. Maybe not quite as bad as it is lately with all the, all the socialists pushing to destroy our government and our way of life. But we just have to stand strong, fight the good fight, stay in it, stay aware. Don't let them pull the wool over your eyes, and keep informed. Just keep informed with the numbers and what's really going on. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and speak your mind. Don't let them silence you. We can't let them silence us. If they do that, they won. So continue to stand strong. Get that Linux installed on those computers so Windows don't get all that telemetry data and track you, and keep stocking up on supplies, food and pew-pews and freedom seeds for those pew-pews, and just stand strong, people. And like I always say, either we stand up for our rights or we can sit by and watch them go away. So you all have a Merry Christmas. Hopefully we'll have a happier New Year. We'll be talking to you. TN.Frank out of here. Have a good one.